Angiosperms are the largest and most diverse group within the plant kingdom. A vast majority of angiosperms bear flowers as their reproductive part. Flower is a modified shoot of the plant that occur singly or in clusters and bears colorful petal or sepal and the reproductive structures like stamen and carpel. In angiosperms, both male and female gametes are non-motile. So, for fertilization to occur, the male gamete should be brought nearer to the female gamete. This process of gamete transfer occurs by a specialized process called pollination. When pollen grains are shed from anther, they are disseminated by various agencies and finally reach the stigma of a pistil. This process of transfer of pollen from anther to the stigma of the same flower or of different flower is called pollination. Pollination process can be classified into different types like autogamy or self-pollination, geitonogamy, and xenogamy or cross-pollination. Autogamy or self-pollination is the process in which pollen grains are transferred from the anther to the stigma of the same flower. Usually, it occurs in the plants with bisexual flower. There is no genetic variation in self-pollination. Geitonogamy is the process in which pollen grains are transferred from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower borne on the same plant. Like that of the self-pollination, here also there is no genetic variation since the male and female gametes are belonging to the same plant. Cross-pollination or xenogamy is the process in which pollen grains are transferred from the anther to the stigma of another flower borne on different plant. To carry the pollen grains from one flower to another flower, there is need of external agencies called pollinators. Since the male and female gametes are belonging to two different plants, there is genetic variation in the offsprings. The self-pollination has got many advantages as well as disadvantages. Some of the advantages of self-pollination includes it maintains the parental characters or purity of the race. The plants does not need to produce large number of pollen grains. Flowers need not to develop devices for attracting the insect pollinators. It is not dependent on any external agencies. It ensures the seed production. Because of these advantages, flowers develop some adaptations to favor self-pollination and to avoid cross-pollination. These are called contrivances for self-pollination. Some of them are homogamy, the condition in which male and female gametes mature at the same time. Therefore, there is synchronization in pollen release and stigma receptivity. Chasmogamy, the condition in which the flower have exposed anther and stigma. Cleistogamy, the condition in which the flower is bisexual and always remain closed and underground. Inside the flower, the anther and stigma lie close to each other. When anther dehisces in the flower, pollination occurs inside the flower bud. But self-pollination has got many disadvantages also. There is no genetic variation, hence there is no evolution. Vigor and vitality of the race decreases with prolonged self-pollination. Immunity to the disease will also decrease with continuous self-pollination. Adaptability to changed environment is also reduced. Geitonogamy is considered as functionally cross-pollination and genetically self-pollination because, like that of the cross-pollination, it requires pollinating agency, and like that of the self-pollination, it will not lead to genetic variation since the male and female gametes are belonging to the same plant. Cross-pollination also has many advantages and disadvantages. Some of the advantages of cross-pollination are genetic variation produce new species, therefore evolution occurs in cross-pollination. High yielding, frost resistant, drought resistant and disease resistant plants are produced. The plant produced by the cross-pollination are usually larger and the offsprings have superior character than their parents. The defective characters are replaced by the better character. For these different reasons, plants favors cross-pollination rather than the self-pollination. In order to avoid self-pollination and to encourage cross-pollination, plants show some adaptations which are collectively called outbreeding devices or contrivances for cross-pollination. It includes dicliny. The presence of unisexual flower is called dicliny. In such plants, cross-pollination is only the possible method of pollination. Self-sterility. In some plants, pollen grains cannot germinate on the stigma of the same flower, but it can germinate on the stigma of different flower. Dichogamy. In some plants, stigma and the pollen grains cannot mature at the same time. In some cases, stigma mature first, called protogyny, and in some other cases, anther matures first and dehisces first, called protandry. Hercogamy. In some plants, stigma contain some mechanical barriers on its surface to avoid self-pollination. Heterostyle. In some plants, flowers have different lengths of stamen and style to avoid self-pollination. But there are many disadvantages of cross-pollination also. Cross-pollination depends on pollinators. In the absence of pollinators, there is no pollination at all. The plant has to produce large number of pollen grains in order to compensate the wastage. Many floral adaptations are required to attract the pollinators like insects, birds, etc. Agents of pollination. Pollinators are the agencies which carry the pollen grains from one flower to another. The pollinators may be abiotic agencies or biotic agencies. Abiotic agencies include wind and water. Pollination by wind is called anemophily, and pollination by water is called hydrophily. Biotic agencies include the living organisms. Pollination by insects is called entomophily. Pollination by birds is called ornithophily. Pollination by ant is called myrmecophily. Pollination by snail is called malacophily, and pollination by the bats is called chiropterophily. Depending on the nature of flower, the pollinating agency differs. Let us study some of them. Anemophily. It is the pollination which occurs by wind. It can be observed in plants like sugarcane, maize, wheat, bamboo, pinus, papaya, date palm, coconut, mulberry, etc. The wind pollinated flowers shows following adaptations. The flowers are small and inconspicuous, hence they are present in inflorescence rather than solitary. They do not have attractive color, smell or nectar. Pollen grains are dry, non-sticky, powdery and lightweight so that they can be carried easily by wind. Pollen grains are produced in large number because the entire pollination process is unintentional. Large number of pollen grain is wasted when it is dispersed into the air without affecting pollination. They often have exposed stigma to catch the pollen grain easily. Stigma may be feathery or hairy. They may have versatile anther. Hydrophily. It is the pollination which occurs by water. All hydrophilic plants are aquatic, but all aquatic plants are not hydrophilic. Some aquatic plants like water hyacinth and water lily have attractive color, therefore they are pollinated by insects. The pollination by water may occur on the surface of water called epihydrophily, or it may occur below the surface of water called hypohydrophily. The water pollinated flowers shows following adaptations. Flowers may not be attractive and they do not have smell or the nectar. Pollen grains are covered by mucilaginous covering to prevent wetting of the pollen grain. Pollen grains are sticky in nature. In Vallisneria, the female flower have long coiled stalk which uncoil upon maturation. As a result, the flower reaches the surface of water. On the other hand, the male flowers are detached from the parental plant and released into the water and start to float on the surface of water, which are carried passively by water current. This male flower may accidentally collide with the female flower and anther burst to affect fertilization. In Zoostera or seagrass, pollen grains are long, needle-like and float below the surface of water. When they touch the stigma, they coil around the stigma and affect fertilization. Entomophily. It is the pollination which occurs by insects. It occurs in plants like salvia, orchid, ficus, yucca, etc. Nectar and the pollen grains are the usual floral rewards in entomophilic flowers. Insects visit the flower in search of nectar and edible pollen grains. But some insects may consume the pollen or the nectar without bringing about pollination. Such floral visitors are called pollen robbers or nectar robbers. Insect pollinated flowers shows following adaptations. Flowers of insect pollinated plants are large, brightly colored, with strong odor and nectar, which is required to attract the insect pollinators. Some pollen grains of entomophilic flower are edible. The pollen grains are sticky so that it can stick onto the body of the visiting insect. Some flowers, like yucca, have the symbiotic relationship with insect like Pronoba moth. The flower gives safe place for egg deposition while insects help in pollination. In the yucca plant, the Pronoba moth bores the hole in the ovary of the yucca flower and lays its egg in it. Then it collects the pollen from several flowers and pushes the whole of the pollen down the hollow end of the stigma. Fertilization takes place and seed development occurs. On the other hand, the larvae of Pronoba moth start to develop inside the ovary of the yucca flower. The larvae feed on developing seeds. Some seeds remain unconsumed to propagate the species. It is obvious that moths cannot survive without yucca flower and yucca fails to reproduce sexually without moth. In some other plants like orchid, the flower mimic the female insect. Thereby, It attracts the male insect for pseudo-copulation. Some flowers, like salvia, exhibit liver mechanism. Salvia, a member of family Labiatae, bears bi-lipped, brightly colored corolla. It shows a special type of turnpike floral mechanism. Insects attracted by the inflorescence, color, and nectary glands of the flower, which is present in the lower lip. There are two stamens in the flower, each with a liver mechanism. Each stamen has a short epipetalous filament. One of the anther lobe is sterile and another one is fertile. Two anther lobes are separated by a long connective. An insect moves towards the nectary. Its head strikes with the sterile anther lobe. Thereby, the back of the insect gets the glow of fertile anther lobe. Pollen-covered insect pollinate the flower from elongated style and get the nectar from the nectary lying below the ovary. Myrmecophily. It is the pollination which occurs by ants. For example, Anemone nemorosa is the plant which is myrmecophilous. The ant-pollinated flowers shows following adaptations. Plant gives shelter to the ants. Sugary nectar, which is present within the flower, provides the food and attract the ants. Malacophily. It is the pollination which occurs by snails. Pollination occurs due to the craving action of a snail. Since snail is the sluggish animal, there is no such attractive features which must be present in the flower. Ornithophily. It is the pollination which occurs by birds. For example, bottlebrush, agave, bignonia, etc. The bird-pollinated flowers shows following adaptations. Flowers are large, brightly colored, and with attractive shape. Flowers are scentless because the birds have poor sense of smell. Flowers produce plenty of nectar and edible pollen grain to attract the birds. Chirapterophily. It is the pollination occurs by bats. For example, sausage tree, opuntia, etc. Bat-pollinated flowers shows following adaptations. Plant produce the night blooming flowers because bats are nocturnal animals. Flowers are large with very strong pedicel to bear the weight of bat. Flower produce very strong bad odor of rotting fruits which attract the bats. Flowers have nectar and edible pollen grain.